What technology exists? Like, what do ghost hunters use? Like, what's the cream of the crop? What's like the Tesla of ghost hunting technology? Like, what's the iPhone of ghost hunting
Probably the
technology?
EMF is like the most standard one.
EMF, and what does that stand for?
It's like
Electromagnetic frequencies.
Field or something.
It's an EMF detector.
Yeah.
So basically just detects changes in EMF energy. So like, if nothing's changing at all, it won't do anything. But if there's something like movement or like, new energy enters the room or something like that, it'll spike. And so that's like what a lot of the equipment is based off of. What's really interesting, the stuff that we do now is we try to integrate just more normal, like everyday objects into our investigation because of the fact that a lot of people are skeptical. So for example, one of the pieces of equipment that we use a lot is like a cat toy that lights up when you touch it. So we put cat balls around and, we've seen them sit there for hours and nothing happens. And then like one time we'll be like, all right, if there's someone in the room, can you go touch that cat ball 20 feet away from us?
Well, I saw the episode that you guys filmed at that sanitarium. I don't know, you probably filmed many of them at a sanitarium, but you had a cat toy, and you also had this little box with an antenna that comes out of it, like a circle. It's like a flat disc with an antenna, and it was going off. You did it. You set it in a room, and you walked away, and you let the camera run.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The Waverly Hills.
Yes.
That is a crazy scene.
Yes.
That's nuts.
So this device, explain what this device is. This device with the antenna. It looks like a giant hockey puck.
Yeah, so the REM pod is what they call it. I don't know what that stands for really, but it does the same thing. So that antenna emits an electromagnetic field that's probably like 2 feet wide. And so if there's something...
That's it right there.
Right there.
That's it.
So if something enters that electromagnetic field, it'll change the frequency, and that would mean that would actually go off.
When it lights up like that, that means something is literally right next to it.
So what was crazy is, I think, Colby, you sat there for, I don't know, you put it down, and it was 2 or 3 minutes until it actually went off.
To give context a little bit, the challenge was to go put the REM pod downstairs by like this ball or whatever, and everybody else was upstairs, and we had to go alone and do it. And so I went down here and I put this REM pod down, set up the camera, and then we're all upstairs. We have no idea this is going on at all.
And we should explain why the ball, because there was a video of a ball sitting there by itself, and you're watching this ball, and it's not moving forever, and then all of a sudden it just rolls by itself on its own.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really crazy. What
was that ball? Like, where was that ball, and who set the camera up for that?
So that wasn't our video, but the people that we went with, who are our friends, that was their video. They had been to that place like 3 or 4 times, and one of the times they had set that ball down because the story goes that the person, the spirit or whatever that is moving that ball is like a little kid. And, it's a sanitarium. It was like really sad, but, the kids were allowed to like play on that level. And so if you put a ball down, it's supposedly, if there's someone there, it will move. And they put that little rope there specifically so that no wind would get it. Like you'd have to actually put like an immense force to push it. And so our buddies who had been there before filmed, I think they said it was like a 3-hour clip. 3 hours of this ball sitting in that same area, that's why we put the ball there, of just nothingness. And then like you said, it didn't seem like it was wind or like slow. It was like immediate push. It was like boom, and it like went off the screen.
That's what it looks like on the video. The video is bizarre.
It was a video because, I don't know, technical challenges or whatever. He was filming his YouTube video. I don't know why he was filming the video, but that's why it looks so bad. But yeah, basically he witnessed this ball after 3 hours randomly just getting, how does it get that kinetic energy to boom, move? And it's not
no wind.
So you guys decide to set this up. So you put the ball down there, and this what is this box called again? That you
the REM pod.
REM pod.
Yeah.
And so does that detect wind?
No. It's
so does wind set it off? Like
No.
if you set it up outside and it's windy?
That won't set it off. No, it's only like coming in contact with it, pretty much.
Yeah,
so something has to touch it?
Either
Or
touch
in
it
the
or
field.
in the field. So if you put your hand within a foot, it'll change.
Okay.
But if you're not, like he was standing next to it for like a minute talking what he's doing and it wasn't going off. And then he leaves the room completely. He's probably 600 feet away. We went up 2 floors and down the hall, and then it started going off, which was so monumental to us because it was like, why, for the entire time that you were there, nothing's happening. But as soon as you leave, you didn't, or as soon as I leave.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Is there any conventional explanation that anybody's ever given you of why that thing would just go off like that?
Well, that's, again, we're no like expert in all this stuff. There probably might be for half the time. Like, there's definitely coincidences that happen in our videos. And there's a lot of things that we debunk and write up to be coincidences. It's the coincidences that happen so, like, linear to our questions, are perfect to our questions that make us believe more. So it's not like we believe everything that happens and we're like, maybe equipment will get triggered by other things. Just like anything has a malfunction.
It's also battery operated, so it's, some skeptics out there could say like maybe the battery's almost dead and it's just malfunctioning. Who knows?